Welcome to another video presented by the Learning Depot. In this section, we will go over the elements that make a passage complex or of higher difficulty. There are several factors that work together to make a reading passage easy or difficult. On the SAT reading, you will encounter passages of moderate to high difficulty or complexity. Let's examine some of the factors that contribute to making the text difficult. Some of the factors that contribute to text complexity are longer sentences, domain-specific and literary vocabulary, vocabulary used in their second or third definitions, such as multiple meanings, allusions or references outside of the reader's knowledge base, nonlinear or non-sequential text structure, stylistic elements. One of the things that adds to text complexity are longer sentences. Longer sentences are made longer by clauses or interrupters that interrupt or break up the sentence. Our job is to learn how to untangle these sentences. Let's look at this sentence. If scientists manage to discover a rocky planet roughly the size of Earth, they will have found a promising home for life. Let's look at the interruption of the sentence with a clause describing the word Earth. Not so close to the star that the planet's water has been baked away, nor so far out that it has frozen into ice. And here's another one. What biologists believe could be a promising home for life. So now we have a long sentence, or longer sentence, that reads, if scientists manage to discover a rocky planet roughly the size of Earth, not so close to the star that the planet's water has been baked away, nor so far that it has frozen into ice, they will have found what biologists believe could be a promising home for life. Again, if we look at the original sentence, it is a more straightforward linear sentence. If scientists manage to discover a rocky planet roughly the size of Earth, they will have found a promising home for life. When we add the interrupters, we see now that we have a longer, more complex sentence. If scientists manage to discover a rocky planet roughly the size of Earth, not so close to the star that the planet's water has been baked away, nor so far out that it has frozen into ice, they will have found what biologists believe could be a promising home for life. And here are the interrupters. Let's look at another example. The most famous section of the Declaration of Independence went through the Continental Congress without comment and with only one very minor change. Let's look at the sentence now with the interrupter. The most famous section of the Declaration of Independence, which has become the most quoted statement of human rights in recorded history, as well as the most eloquent justification of revolution on behalf of them, went through the Continental Congress without comment and with only one very minor change. As you can see, the interrupter adds complexity to the sentence and makes it much longer and difficult to understand. Another thing that adds complexity to text are domain-specific and literary vocabulary. Domain-specific academic vocabulary consists of relatively low-frequency, content-specific words that appear in textbooks and other instructional materials. For example, apex in math, escarpment in geography, and isobar in science. Literary vocabulary consists of words that may be infrequently used in everyday speech, but may appear in literature, such as torrid, hyperbolic, or suave. Another aspect of complex text and vocabulary are words with multiple meaning and how they are used in context. If you look at the word run, it has over 100 meanings. Here we will only look at 4. Run upstairs and get the iodine. Why do you always have to run to your mama? The doctor decided to run some more blood tests. She lets her children run wild around the house. One big thing that adds to text complexity would be allusions or references to outside sources, and this has to do also with the reader's background knowledge. If we take Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from a Birmingham jail, there are many biblical or religious references. Pause the video and read the brief excerpt from the letter. As you can see, there are many biblical or religious references that may cause confusion for the reader, such as prophets of the 8th century BC. Thus saith the Lord. Apostle Paul left his village of Tarsus, far corners of the Greco-Roman world. St. Augustine, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to obey the laws of Nebuchadnezzar. There are also historical or political allusions. In his letter, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also included historical and political allusions. Take a moment to read some of them. He refers to Adolf Hitler, the Hungarian freedom fighters, the Roman Empire, Socrates, and the Boston Tea Party. If readers lack background knowledge, this could cause difficulty. Another factor that can cause reading text to be complex would be the structure of the text, such as nonlinear or sequential text structure. Nonlinear reading includes charts, graphs, tables, and non-sequential order includes flashbacks and foreshadowing. Flashback is a scene set in time earlier than the present. It refers to the past, and it could be used throughout the entire book. Foreshadowing refers to the hints given by the author about the events that are going to take place. Foreshadowing refers to the present and can be used in certain circumstances. Rhetorical devices also add to the complexity of the text. These are stylistic elements such as ethos, logos, or pathos, figurative language, similes, metaphors, personification, the use of rhetorical questions, and visual textual marks and punctuation. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We'll see you real soon.